in the 6th unit, okay, other statutory bodies are there. Yes, the commissions for SC, commission for ST, and commission for other backward classes, and commission for women, right? So now here I am going to explain about the commission for women, the National Commission for Women. See, the aim of this National Commission for Women is to protect the rights of women in India. Okay, na? See, the National Commission for Women. So, what are the commissions are there for women for the protecting their rights? We will see. See, first, National Commission for Women. Okay, the National Commission for Women is a statutory body. Remember, the National Commission for Women is a statutory body of the Government of India, generally concerned with advising the government on all policy matters affecting the women. See, the main aim of this National Commission for Women is to advise to the government, especially the matters, policy matters related to the women empowerment. Policy matters related to the women empowerment are affecting, there are some fundamental rights of a woman, right? It was established in January 1992, okay? So, before 1992 this was not there. So, it was established in January 1992 under the provision of the Indian Constitution as defined in 1990 National Commission for Women Act. So, as per the National Commission for Women Act, it was a provision in the Indian Constitution. So, based on this, there is a National Commission for Women. It was established in January 1992. The objective of the National Commission for Women is to represent the rights of women in India. Remember, what is the objective of the National Commission for Women? Represents the rights of women in India and to provide a voice for their issues and concerns. Okay, provide a voice for their issues and concerns. This is the main objective of the National Commission for Women. Okay, the subjects of their campaigns include, so what are the subjects they are going to deal especially related to the women? That is dowry and politics, religion, equal representation for women in jobs, the exploitation of women for labor. So, the National Commission will fight for the rights of women, especially some points, some subjects, especially the dowry related matters and politics related matters, any exploitation in the industries, okay, and equal representation for women in the jobs. So, they will fight for all these rights. And the National Commission for Women also receives and investigates complaints from women who are victims of violence. So, the National Commission for Women will receive some complaints in India who are victims for violence affected by their husbands, their in-laws. They can give complaint in the National Commission for Women. So, they will receive the complaints, they will proceed also, they will try to solve that problem. And not only the violence, discrimination, harassment and deprivation of their rights. So, they will fight for the women violence, discrimination and harassment. If there is any harassment in the family, deprivation of their fundamental rights, basic rights, then they will fight to avoid, they will fight to get the basic fundamental rights of a woman. Right. Now, see here, State Commission for Women. See, like National Commission for Women, this represent throughout the India. Now, in India, for each state, for most of the states and union territories, they have their own Commission for Women. See, we will see that. See here, apart from that National Commission for Women, okay, there are also state commissions for women in various states and union territories of India. So, see, the state commission for women for different states, they have the state names also I gave here. Andhra Pradesh is there. See, our Telangana is also there. So, Telangana, we are also having state commission for women. Okay, right. So, what are the challenges faced by Women's Commission? Either it may be a national commission or a state commission. What are the major challenges they have faced by the Women's Commission, you know? See, the major problem is lack of advocate resources. Lack of advocate resources and autonomy. See, to run National Commission for Women and State Commission for Women, there must be some funding is required. That funding purely the commissions depending on the government. So they are not providing proper funding and they are not completely independent. That's why that is the main problem. So the resources are not up to the mark. Okay. See, women's commissions are often face financial constraints. Remember, they'll face financial constraints relying heavily on government funding. So they are relying heavily on government funding, which can impact their independence and hinder their ability to function effectively. That is one problem. The second problem is political interference. See, either it can take National Commission for Women or State Commission for Women. If there is an incident, there is a crime against the woman, then if there is a political person is involved, then they will, like the present political scenario, the political parties, they influence the commissions to not take care of that case. So avoid that case, like that they will influence. So the political interference also affecting the commission rights, right? See here, being nominated by ruling government. See, the National Commission for Women, who will appoint? Right? The ruling government. So definitely sometimes the political interference is there against the related to these cases against the women, right? See, women's commissions may face pressure to avoid cases that could potentially reflect negatively on the government or its allies. The political interference can compromise their impartiality and commitment to the women's right. Okay, now another one, limited awareness and accessibility. Limited awareness and accessibility. Many women, especially in rural and remote areas, are unaware of existence and role of Women's Commission. Yes, it is absolutely correct. So if you go to any small village, okay, there are so many women, they are harassed, they are violated, they are deprived of their rights, but they can't give complaint. They don't know there is a Women's Commission, right? There is a Women's Commission, the Women's Commission take our cases, like that even they don't know. That is the main lack of awareness. The lack of awareness hampers their ability to seek assistance and support from these commissions when faced with challenges. That is one main problem related to the challenges faced by the National Commission for Women and State Commission for Women. Right. See, what are the objectives and functions of National Commission for Women? We will see. See, first of all, objectives. Objectives of Women's Commission. The first one, representation of women's right. Women's rights. Representation of women's right. The primary objective of the National Commission for Women is to represent and advocate for the rights of women in India. Okay, they will try to protect the rights of women in India. These rights provided in the Constitution of India and also by the government in law and order. They act as a voice for women's issue and concern, addressing various challenges faced by women in society. So remember, they address the various challenges faced by women in society, like in industry, in schools, in colleges, like that. Okay, na? They'll address the challenges women faced by in the society. And then policy advisor. So the women's commissions are tasked with advising the government on policy matters. So the Women's Commission advise the government on policy matters that affect the women, and they provide valuable recommendations and suggestions to shape policies and legislation that promote gender equality and safeguarding women's rights. So simple way can say, the Women's Commission, okay, gives some suggestions, okay, related to the women's right, related to protection of women's rights. Okay, then safeguarding constitutional provisions. Okay, the Women's Commissions are responsible for investigating and examining all matters related to safeguards provided for women under the Constitution and other laws. Okay, so as per the Constitution of India, women have some particular rights. So the Commission for Women, the National Commission for Women, main purpose is to safeguard these rights. Okay, they ensure that constitutional rights and protections for women are upheld and implemented effectively. So they will try to ensure for the upliftment and enforcement of women's right in the society. Then handling complaints. Okay, handling complaints. These commissions are mandated to address complaints, okay, related to women's rights violations. Related to women's rights violations. They play a crucial role in investigating and resolving issues of discrimination, okay, resolving issues of discrimination, harassment, violence, and other injustices faced by women. Okay, and other injustices faced by women. Now, suo motu actions. Apart from responding to complaints, Women's Commission can also take suo motu notice of matters related to the deprivation of women's right and non-implementation of laws aimed at promoting women. Okay, na? This allows them to proactively address emerging issues affecting women. Right? And finally, empowering women in the society. So, see, Women's Commission work towards the empowering women by promoting their economic development, education, and health. So they will try to promote economic development, education, and health for the women especially. They aim to enhance women employment potential and create opportunities for their advancement in various sectors. So these are the different objectives of the National Commission for Women. Right. Next is functions of National Women's Commission. See, the first one, research and study. See, the National Commission for Women will do research and study. They will take case studies from various parts of India, and they will use these case studies for proof for making policy recommendations. Okay, na? See, the Women's Commissions conduct research and studies on issues relevant to women's right. Okay, they'll conduct research and studies on issues relevant to women's rights and gender equality, women's right and gender equality. They gather data and information to support evidence-based policy recommendations. Okay, so this National Commission for Women gives some recommendations and suggestions to the government while preparing some laws, right? So these recommendations with the proof and evidences they will give. Okay, advocacy and awareness, right? The second function is advocacy and awareness. These commissions engage in advocacy efforts to raise awareness about women's rights, gender equality, and related issues. So the National Commission for Women gives some awareness programs, conduct some awareness programs to create gender equality, okay, and related issues, women's right. They organize campaigns and events to promote social awareness, change attitude towards women. So they promote some programs, campaigns in the cities and villages to promote the human rights and change attitude towards the women, right? Then legal aid and support. So the National Commission for Women also gives some legal support to the women who is discriminated by the men in the society, right? See, the Women's Commission often provide legal aid and support to women who have faced discrimination, violence or other rights of the women. They assist women in accessing justice and navigating legal processes. Okay, so National Commission for Women assist the women for justifying or for the accessing justice, right? Then training and capacity building, okay, that is another function. See, commissions offer training programs and capacity building initiative for various stakeholders, including law enforcement agencies, to sensitize them towards women issues, improve their response to gender-based challenges. So they'll give some training. The National Commission for Women give training in the various stakeholders. Like you can take, suppose if I take in a state, they'll go to the district court and they'll give some lessons to the district court judges regarding the women empowerment, regarding the women rights violated by the men, and they'll go to some other social organizations, right? They'll give some demos and programs to create awareness, right? Policy recommendations. So as you know that the National Commission for Women gives some recommendations for policy formulation, right? Based on the research and findings, Women's Commission make policy recommendations to the government to address systematic gender disparities and create a more gender inclusive society. So they'll give policy recommendations also. Then collaboration and partnership. See, the National Commission for Women and State Commission for Women, they will collaborate with some NGOs, non-governmental organizations, some societies, and they will propagate the women's rights. Okay, so these commissions collaborate with various stakeholders, including NGOs, civil society organizations, and other government bodies, to create collective effort to promoting women's rights and gender equality. Okay, these are the different functions of Commission for Women, National Commission for Women and State Commission for Women.